Edition of Interesting Individuals. We're at Ames Field, where my guest today does most of his talking with his bat. He's been a 4-year varsity player with the Elston baseball team and had batting averages of 353, 392, 520, and capped his successful career with Elston his senior year with a sizzling 534 batting average. Those numbers attracted the attention of over 50 scouts from top colleges all over the country. A member of the Connie Mack Baseball State Champions from Michigan City last year, he'll be a full-time member this year with the Michigan City Stars. He'll share with me today his success with the game, his future plans, and why he is an interesting individual. My guest is David Shinn. Hi, David. I'm glad you can join me today. I'd like to know, when was it first, when you've been playing baseball a long time, at what point was it when people in town who knew the sport of baseball began to realize you had above average skills with the game?
Bill, I think it was probably after my freshman year. I had a pretty good year. It surprised me, coming out of the 8th grade and going to Elston and starting every game and hitting over 350. I think that was about the time, and from then on it was just on its way up,
Now, when you were on the freshman team, with Elston,
yeah,
and you batted over 350, was there, any sort of speculation on you at that time that, you'd excel more and more as the time went on?
Well, I thought I would. I thought I had a lot of growing to do, a lot of strength to improve on, and after that I thought to myself that if I worked hard and things would work out right, I could go on after high school.
Now, as each year has progressed in your 4-year career with Elston, your hitting has gone higher and higher and higher, and that must just be delightful that the past 2 years you've reached over 500. I'd like to just concentrate now a little bit on your hitting and your philosophy of hitting and so forth on that.
Well, I think hitting is one of the hardest things to do in all sports. That's what the professionals say or whatever. I think when you go up to the plate, the main thing, you got to have confidence. And you got to you can't just go out every game and practice. You got to practice besides the games. Just be loose up there and have a lot of confidence.
Where do you show some of the credit for your success with hitting, the proper instruction and so forth, with coaching and etc.?
There's no doubt my dad and my brothers have helped me tremendously. And at Elston, Coach Thomas and Coach Swenson have helped me, all year and all spring and the winter to come in and hit, and just over and over again with the practice, and it just paid off.
Now, you have a low strikeout ratio, and you don't strike out too often. Why? What can you attest to that?
Well, I attest to that maybe because you practice and practice, and you have a good eye, just making contact in practice, and it carries over through the games.
Okay. Now, you had just finished an illustrious 4-year career with the Elston Red Devil baseball team. And what would you like to reflect on, having played with Elston? What do you remember most?
Remember most about it? These past 2 years, definitely. Each year was different in its own way, and it progressed each year, and like I wanted to. But last year I made second team All-State, and this year I ended up making first team, and I think that's going to be I remember that the most.
Now, how many games did you play in with the Red Devils, career-wise? Do you remember?
Let's see. Every game. It was 25 each year, roughly, so about 100. That's an estimate. I'm not really sure.
And what was your career batting average?
446.
Is that the highest ever?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You don't remember who was ahead of you before that, do you?
Well, I think it's one of my brothers, I believe. I know I passed the career hit mark last year, passing up my brother Paul.
He's getting ready to throw something at the TV right now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Throughout your career with Elston and so forth, who are some of the people who've been of great help to you along the way with the sport?
My mother and father, they helped me out, at home with, not just baseball, but with anything else, with my schoolwork. And again, the coaches at Elston, Coach Thomas, Coach Swenson, athletic directors, and there's been a lot of people,
Hmm.
and my brothers, they've helped me out quite a bit.
Okay, now you're going to be playing full-time this year with the Stars and the Comets.
Yeah, I'll be on 2 teams.
Tell me a little bit about both teams and how you're able to work that
Okay.
out.
Well, the Comets, my father coaches both of them, so the games aren't scheduled on the same night, so that works out fine. The Comets are 16 to 18-year-olds, and last year we won the state championship, and we were two games away from going to New Mexico to the Connie Mack World Series. And this year we got everybody back, so we're hopefully making it to New Mexico this year. And the Stars, which I've been playing, I've been playing for both these teams for about 4 years now, since I was 14 or 15. And the Stars is any age limit. It's most of the guys are in college and older, but you can be younger. And I've been playing with them, and that's a tougher competition. And I get a lot out of that, playing against older men, and they know the game a lot more than the younger players do, and it helps me out a lot there.
You've chosen to go to Iowa State, and I'd like to know your decision on that and what type of baseball program they have up there.
Well, the decision I made is I like the school, I like the baseball program, and I like the coach. I felt very comfortable there, and I thought it would give me the opportunity to go on after college if I improved, which I did in high school, and maybe someday play pro ball. And it's a very nice school, and the program is one of the tops in the country. And no doubt the teams they play are no doubt the tops in the country. They're in a Big 8 conference, which is a very good conference.
Now, as you climb each rung on the ladder in the college level as well, the pitching and the playing is going to get tougher. What is your way of thinking on that as you progress throughout the college ladder and face better pitchers and better players?
Yeah, I figure the pitching is going to be tougher, but then again, on the other hand, the coach is going to help me a lot with my hitting, so I will improve. The first year is going to be a little different coming right out of high school, no doubt, but if I work hard, and we take a lot more, we have a lot more time to practice it in college than we do in high school, so I think I can improve myself along with the other players too.
Now, does the coach have intentions of putting you in as a starter, or are you just going to be like a substitute player at first?
Well, I definitely have the opportunity. There's 2 outfield positions open and a first base position open, which I play, both of them, and I'll definitely get my opportunity, and I think I can go in there and start. I don't know if I'll hit 500 next year, but
well, even if you go down 200 points, you're still hitting 300. Yeah. So, okay, which position do you feel more comfortable with, first or the outfield?
I like them both. In high school, I liked first because you're into the game more, but as you move higher, it really doesn't matter, and I feel very comfortable with both. I like them both the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now there has been, talk that you might progress to the major leagues someday. Now, I know you personally downplay all that because, it's a long way there. What are your feelings about the major leagues at this point?
Well, to get there, you got to have an awful lot of luck. The thing's got to go. You got to be at the right place at the right time, and if that happens to me, I'd be very, that's every baseball player's goal, their goal, and that's definitely mine. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'll know I gave my best shot at it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now aside from baseball, what other fields of study would you like to branch out in and other interests?
At Iowa State, I'm going into a business administration. And from then on, we work on in marketing, or whatever, and that's about it.
Okay, now as you get older in life, and you, if let's say you don't get into the major leagues or so forth, you finish college, would you be interested in coaching and managing teams such as your father?
Yes, I would, and I'd like to coach young kids, maybe in high school, and because I can see when I was coming up these past few years, all the coaches, they put their time and effort in for no pay, and I think that's great, and I wish someday I can give the opportunity to the kids that they gave me.
You've been involved with the numerous successful baseball programs, Elston, the Comets, and now the Stars. What do you feel, from a player's point of view, are the right ingredients for a successful team and coaching and so forth?
The right ingredient is goes back to like confidence. The team's got to be confident. The team has to get along, and that all breaks down with the coach. And if you have a good coach, a lot of times the kids will just follow right after, and it'll work out just fine.
Can I take a look at your bat there? Is this
Yeah,
the
sure.
standard size you use? How much does this weigh?
This
or?
is a 33-inch bat in
Mhm.
29 ounces. It's an aluminum bat, and I think the ball jumps off a lot better than the wooden bats they use in the major leagues.
Mhm.
And they can't use aluminum bats in the major leagues. And yeah, it's just about, I've been using this size since I was, I think, a freshman. And
A lot of base hits in it, huh?
yeah, not the same bat, but
Yeah.
the same size. And
One final question here. They've established the Elston Hall of Fame just a couple of years ago. Any thoughts or feelings about maybe being enshrined in that?
oh, that would be nice, but you know, we'll have to see that down the road sometime. I don't know. That would be nice.
Well, David, thanks for taking the time, and I wish you great success with both teams this summer. That's quite a bit, but that's a lot of practice you get in. And best of luck with your career, and once again, congratulations with the great year you had at Elston. Thanks for being my guest.
Thanks for having me, and I think you do a fine job. Thank you.
Thank you, and that will do it from here at Ames Field for Interesting Individuals.